Married to a Spirit Part 2. After the whole marriage ceremony, the prince left with Oledo, his bride. They passed through different forests on their way home. They walked for a long distance that Oledo got tired and started asking the spirit husband when they will arrive. But the spirit husband assured her that they will arrive very soon. Few moments later, they got to the first spirit wall, and the spirit prince spoke some few words saying, Spirit wall, open." He repeated these words for 3 times. Then the mighty wall opened, and they entered. But Oledo felt strange and scared about what just happened. But the prince assured her that everything is fine, that before anyone enters his mighty palace, that the person has to pass through the 7 walls first. So Oledo became calm and they continued their journey. He repeated same words to the remaining 6 spirit walls, and they all opened and they passed through the whole walls. Finally, they came into the spirit kingdom. Immediately, the prince had to give out the whole body part that he borrowed, and he became invincible. Oledo became scared and wanted to run away, but they captured her and took her inside the room. That was when it occurred to Oledo that she had made the biggest mistake of her life and that she is doomed because of her pride and choice. Oledo spent days, weeks, and months inside the room doing nothing. She hardly eat or sleep. She kept on thinking of how or when to escape from the spirit land. She remembered about a leaf her father used to tell her when she was little, that put spirits into a deep sleep for a long time. So one day, she lied to the guards that was guiding her that she wants to receive some air and see around the kingdom. The guards reported it to their prince, that is, Oledo's husband, and he agreed. And also, Oledo only hears and feels his husband's presence, but she doesn't see him. So Oledo set out in search of the leaf. After looking for a long time, she finally found it and hid it inside her room, waiting for the right time to use it on them. Later that night, Oledo grinded the leaves and poured everything inside a big pot of water, waiting for the time to sprinkle the whole water everywhere in the palace for them to inhale it and sleep. When she felt no one was watching and everywhere was quiet, she started pouring out the whole water at every corner of the palace and environment. When she was done, she waited for a few hours for them to sleep. She also prayed for it to work. Few hours later, they all fell asleep, and Oledo started packing few of her things. When she was done, she left the palace quietly and started running. When she got to the spirit wall, she spoke out what she heard the prince say to the walls, saying, Spirit wall, open for me." She repeated it 3 times, and the wall opened. She ran out and came to the second wall, and she repeated the same words, and the wall opened. She continued till she left the whole 7 spirit walls and entered into the land of the living. She ran as fast as her leg could carry her, passing through all kinds of forests. She ran till she got to her village, and when she did, she passed out immediately. Some villagers helped carry her to her father's house. The father was surprised to see her daughter. They waited for her to wake up so that they can actually know what happened. Oledo woke up a few hours later and started narrating everything that happened to her and what she went through in the land of the spirits. She also told them how she was able to escape and cross over. The news of how Oledo got married to a spirit husband spread throughout the whole village and into the neighboring villages. To prevent the spirit from coming back to take her away, the father had to put her inside a small hut and perform some rituals around it to chase away the spirit whenever it comes, and she had to stay inside the hut for 400 days before she can be cleansed and start coming out. Oledo did everything inside the hut. She couldn't sleep nor eat. She was scared of the spirits coming back to take her. This kept on happening for days and months. Some were mocking her condition, while some were pitying her in the village. Anytime the spirit husband comes close to the house, the rituals pushes him away. He kept on coming back till he finally gave up and decided to let Oledo be. When it was time for Oledo to come out from the hut, she was cleansed with some herbs and finally free from them. Some years passed by, but nobody came to ask for her hand in marriage again, cause they see her as a cursed one, and they were also scared that Oledo would bring misfortune or death to them. Oledo lived a sad and unhappy life and grew old in her father's house with no man or children of her own. She regretted everything she did and wished she did everything right. Oledo finally died in her old age, with her face filled with sadness and regrets. Her story was told from generation to generation, and people also learned some lessons through her story. Morals of this story: pride goes before fall. Not all that glitters are gold.